we? We're in Queensland. We've come here, there's a few dirt bikes. We've come here to talk to Kyle. He's got LUXIFER in a rebuild. It's coming to Summernats to be in Burnout Masters. They achieved a ticket at Rockynats this year. The cars are getting a rebuild, like I said. The motor's back from Troy at Warspeed. We're gonna have a chat, check it out. Give you guys a bit of an inside look at what it takes to rebuild a car 4 weeks out from Summernats, dedicated to the cause he is. Let's go over here. Do the cliche thing like, you know, when you're in a sitcom. Hey, you just happen to be standing there, mate.
Morning, boys. So just finishing off the polishing, just making sure it's good to go for Summernats. It's close, real close.
It is close, and you're changing the colour.
Yeah, we're definitely changing the colour. It's been red now for nearly 12 months, and it's probably had its run. So why not keep it fresh and change it up?
Yeah, I do know you like to change it up, and you've chosen a colour that I think nobody would be able to pick if you put it out there and said, guess the colour.
No one picks pink, so, no one guess. People, obviously everyone has a guess, but it's a different colour. It's not something I thought I'd go, but after seeing some of the samples, I thought, you know what?
Yep.
Let's run with it. So yeah, it should be good. I'm excited.
We'll go look at the motor in a second, but the motor's back, nice and fresh. A few things. There was Troy spoke about it in the video a couple of episodes ago about what happened, and lucky you caught it, probably, right?
Yeah, we're extremely lucky. Like these motors, the money that's involved in building these motors right is huge. It's not a cheap sport, and what we're doing in these cars is full on. Like it's pushing limits of what these things are designed to do. So when you catch a problem early, it's great because it saves you a lot of money. When you continue to run with small issues, turn into big issues, sport. You may as well go get your house deposit for your house and just throw it over because it's all gone. So no,
but it's fresh.
It's fresh,
ready to go. And you got the golden ticket at Rockynats this year. Masters, quality. I should cut to what you said about the quality in the last year's Burnout. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, so no, man, I'm just glad to be here. Now we can just have fun and enjoy it.
What's the game plan, mate?
Game plan, well, as I said last year, I was having fun. I went down there and
First ever Summernats.
Never been before in my life. Heard stories, but you can only hear so many stories, and in your head you go, it might be like this, might be like that. It blew me away. Even though I thought I knew what I was going to expect, I didn't. The fact you can go to a car event and then go to a concert and then drink beers with your mates and walk around, drink slushies and food vans, and we had all the seasons this year, at Summernats. The car was covered in mud. I was watching guys get bogged in their low Commodores, and I'm in a HiLux going, watch out the way, mate, coming through. It was great. I had the time of my life, and it was my birthday weekend, yours too.
It is,
it's one of those things you can't explain how good it is. It's just an awesome thing to be a part of, and can't wait to do it.
It's funny, mate. What's going on?
Having a good time. Right, so Josh has actually gone to the pub. He's done his 5 minutes work. Apparently that's all he reckons he gets paid for, but I'll show you a bit about the car and tell you what I've done to it basically. So this was started life as an LN167, which was a 3 litre diesel HiLux. Obviously the motor we've put in this car is a lot more than a 3 litre diesel, so the LS wouldn't fit in here. So what we've done is we cut the original firewall out because it used to come out as a bulge. Put a bit of sheet metal in there. We've cut the whole front of the car off, put a tube front end, and that's more to give us more room. We don't really, we were squeezing things in and it wasn't right, so we just cut it. It's a burnout car, who cares? Cut everything out. And yeah, basically try and make everything look factory from the outside, but obviously inside there's a lot going on. Suspension at the front's all stock standard. This actually still runs the same steering box. Most things, the chassis is all standard, so everyone reckons it's $1 million thing and it does this and that. It's not, it's just a HiLux. So we'll come around. I've obviously cut a hole in the firewall for the blower because the blower's that long, goes back into the cab, just misses the secondary firewall there. So these guards obviously just bolted on. Get inside the cab here, and basically we stripped the dash out, we stripped all the interior out. We had to drop the floor. Obviously it's pretty dusty, we're doing some paint work at the moment, but we cut the floor out because when I was sitting on the original floor, my helmet would hit the roof. So obviously for safety reasons, we need to get that down. So we cut the floor out, put a box chassis in there and made the seats as low as we can, which perfectly for my height now fits perfect. I believe Josh even fits in here, apparently. So roll cage, nothing serious. This isn't Andrew spec or anything like that. It's basically if I have a bit of a moment, we've got some support and it's not just me versus the wall without any protection. So Come to the back, we put the radiator on the tray, fuel cells in the rear. Big, I think it's like 4 mil or something, plates to, obviously when the tyres pops, a fair bit of force. You'll see here actually, one of the tyres popped and cracked this weld and pushed this whole plate forward. That is extreme, you couldn't do that with a hammer. Like, the tyre force is serious, especially the 4B tyres, they got the big belts and they will just destroy anything in their way. There's a shot of a flag getting, when Summernats actually, this year, you'll see the tyre pop, the belt come off, hit the flag and shot it in the air. I'm sure Josh will show you that. Once again, there's nothing too dramatic about it apart from the traction bars we put in to try and save the tail shaft from working its way out. Fuel cell, 80 litres, lasts about a skid and a half, so it's pretty thirsty. Got 2 big EFI pumps. EFI is making an up and coming, well, it's on its way up for the burnout scene, and I believe that this car is showing people that, hey, you can still have a crazy amount of horsepower, sound mental, and be reliable at the same time. So.
Fresh back from Warspeed, mate.
Yeah, I actually, 3 days ago, I got it out of the packaging and put it on a stand. Thought, I've never had a photo of the motor. Normally it goes from the crate to the car, from the car to the crate. So I thought, hey, I've got a bit of time. I'll chuck it on the stand and put the blower and hat on and get some photos. And yeah, it's come up really good.
It's got really nice contrast. You've changed the colour of the rocker covers and there's a few little tweaks here and there, giving it a bit of a birthday, and it's looking fresher than ever, mate.
Yeah, mate, it's, I went from, obviously the car was red, had red covers, red valley plate, which the valley plate's not on there yet, but I decided for this new colour, black would suit best, so I've blacked everything out. Most of the motor was black, but just little bits and pieces, you know, when you rip a motor out, you chip bits and pieces here and there. So I've given it a little bit of a birthday, gone back to the black theme. Mate, I think it's turned out $1 million. I'm pretty happy with it, so.
Looks great. There's a few slight changes to the motor now?
Yeah, so when we, in Troy's video, explained about the reluctor wheel coming apart, that's really unfortunate because I run an external crank trigger, which is here. So my motor will still run if that internal reluctor wheel breaks, which it did. It might have broken halfway through the burnout. I couldn't hear it because it's full of noise. You can't hear anything but the car. And I got out and I heard a little bit of a noise. So that was enough for me to go, hey, you know, I've checked some things. I go, right, it needs a checking over. As I explained before, big dollars. If you can fix something for minimal and catch it early, you're winning. So, and lucky we did. Troy rang me and he goes, you wouldn't believe it. I've never seen, you know, this is a rare thing. Got a new billet reluctor wheel. We've had to put new pistons in it. So the original pistons in this motor were custom from the States. Due to the time frames that we work with burnout cars of meeting, hey, fix, get to the meeting, we've had to chuck in just the CP billet pistons, which 99% of the field will run them. There's nothing wrong with them at all.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty much the same motor, maybe a little bit less comp, but hey, we're running over 1300 horsepower. We don't care about power anymore. So yeah, that's that. And Troy checked all the bearings. He said this motor looked good. It probably would have ran for another 12 months easily before it needed any attention at all, if the reluctor wheel didn't fail. So. But we're happy with that. So our tune was good. Obviously the EFI is pretty smart in those cars. The Link ECU, it knows the weather patterns, it knows the elevation we're at. It can change the tune like that to suit the car through the EGTs. So it's a safe setup.
And a bit more maybe blower noise?
Yeah, so I was joking around with Troy. I said, we're running 14 pound. I said, man, I'm just going to put 25 pound in it. And he wanted to fly to Brisbane and slap me. He said, why would you do that? And I said, well, you know, it's Summernats, let's just send it. But obviously, there's no need for it at all. You'd get a little bit more blower noise. But this being 1471 and a high HiLux blower, it's making stupid boost. So if I wanted to make a blower noise, and this thing would probably start whining hard at about 20 pound, I'm starting to run 1600 horsepower, and that translates into less reliability, obviously. We don't want less reliability, we want to keep it as it was because it's reliable. So yeah, that's where we ended up with that one. Before you go, I want to show you some other stuff. So this is the first car. I built this car a couple of years ago actually, and this was going to be an actual all-rounder as well, but it turned out to be a burnout car. LSA 671, billet 671, big and ugly hat, all the cool stuff. And actually, this is a rare commodity in my shed, but this one actually runs. Nothing like the smell of E85 at 12 on a Thursday. So this is my 1970 model HT Kingswood. I'm a sucker for HTs. HT, HT, HT. This is something I bought that I'm not going to do anything super crazy. 800 or 900 horsepower, nothing super crazy. Put the family in it, nice cruiser, go to car shows and enjoy it. Obviously, it's one of the projects that's on the list. The interior's done, motors getting sent to Troy's, but you know, we've got a bit of time, so that'll be the hat. It will have a supercharger at the bonnet, so Queensland Police, if you're watching, just give us some leeway, eh? They're Gups. He actually doesn't know I've got these. So Gup, if you're watching Gup, these aren't yours, and I found them. Someone gave them to me. Ain't going nowhere.
Next time we see the car, it's going to be pink.
You'll wait and find out.
All right.
Be worth it.
We're going.
All right, boys.
Good luck,
Thanks very much for coming.
What are you doing, mate? Lock me
You
in.
were going home before you helped me sand that HiLux.
Come on, mate.
That was the deal.
Come on, mate.
Hey.
Bringing back memories of my apprenticeship.
That's good, mate. You missed a spot. Just there.
Seeing your face, mate.
And what are you doing?
Mate, just keep him working, I'll sit over here and do the...
All right, mate.
stuff.
I agree.
Where's me beer? All this foil's making me think of garlic bread. I'm getting hungry.